Anthony Hopkins has lived long enough to stop keeping score. No more counting films. No more chasing awards. At a certain point, he says, you stop measuring your life by trophies and start measuring it by the people who quietly changed you, long before the world ever knew your name. And tonight, for the first time, he wants to talk about 5 of them. What's striking about the way Hopkins speaks of admiration is this: fame has almost nothing to do with it. He's known plenty of celebrated people who were impossible to respect, and known quietly remarkable people whose greatest moments happened when no camera was pointed at them. Those are the ones who stuck. The ones who taught him that true greatness doesn't announce itself. Other people discover it. The first name he reaches for is Richard Burton. Growing up in Wales, Hopkins heard that voice before he ever set foot on a stage, and couldn't believe what words were capable of. Burton didn't sound performed. He sounded lived in. As a young actor, Hopkins admits he tried to imitate him. Thankfully, he failed, because the real lesson Burton was teaching wasn't how to sound like Burton. It was how to sound like yourself. What impressed Hopkins most wasn't the obvious brilliance, it was the fearlessness. Burton never shied away from flawed, contradictory, uncomfortable characters. He let his scars become part of the work. Then came Katharine Hepburn, someone who, in Hopkins' telling, never seemed to be chasing Hollywood at all. Hollywood was chasing her. She possessed an authenticity that couldn't be manufactured, and she refused, year after year, to become whoever the industry expected her to be. Hopkins draws a clear distinction. Countless actresses became stars. Hepburn became something rarer. She became an individual. And her character off-camera, he suggests, may have been her finest performance of all. Peter O'Toole brought something different. A wild, dangerous aliveness on screen that Hopkins found almost impossible to explain. O'Toole trusted instinct in a way that could have gone wrong at any moment, and somehow never did. He gave audiences not what they expected, but something more valuable, something real. Hopkins carries that as a reminder that uncertainty, handled honestly, can be the very thing that keeps a performance breathing. Laurence Olivier taught him that discipline is what keeps talent's door open. When Hopkins finally worked alongside him, Olivier had nothing left to prove to anyone, and still arrived completely prepared, completely present, completely invested. He wasn't trying to remind the room who Laurence Olivier was. He was trying to serve the story. Those, Hopkins says quietly, are very different ambitions. And then there is Sir John Gielgud, the quietest name on the list, and perhaps the one that lingers longest. Gielgud never forced a performance. He invited you into one. He trusted silence in a way most actors are too frightened to. He listened. He treated younger actors with genuine respect. And he proved something Hopkins has never forgotten. Real greatness has nothing to prove, so it never bothers trying. Looking back across all of it, every stage, every set, every face, Hopkins sees a thread connecting these 5 people. Each one left something behind. Not on the screen, in him. And maybe that's how this profession actually survives. Not through trophies, but through example, passed quietly from one generation to the next. If this story moved you, hit like and subscribe. There's much more where this came from.